The Chicago Bulls have guaranteed the contract of Taylor Horton Tucker, now putting their full roster on fully guaranteed deals, which could get a little restricted for the Bulls in the trade market. We're going to talk about it all and more, but you know what we got to do first. Going to play that intro. Catch you guys on the other side of this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the content for today, y'all. Quick episode here tonight. No, it's later. The Bulls have now fully guaranteed Taylor Horton Tucker's deal. This was the day that they had to get it together. Now, I want to make sure on Spotrac, it did have listed that the guaranteed date for THT's contract was the 10th of January. Seems like the Bulls went ahead and fully guaranteed that deal. That means that he will, he has he will be on the sky. He cannot be waived. THT had the only non-guaranteed deal on the Bulls roster right now. So that means that everybody besides the two-way players have a fully guaranteed roster spot for the Chicago Bulls. Now, this has a couple of implications if the Bulls were to get active on the trade market. Now, I'm not even saying necessarily to move Zach LaVine or Nikola Vucevic or any of those guys. Even if they wanted to move one to acquire somebody, they wanted to move a Torrey Craig and get whatever else. It does have some implications there. With the Bulls, all their players being fully guaranteed, it basically means the Bulls don't have any roster spots open. They don't have the ability to waive anybody to create an open roster spot if they needed to facilitate a deal. Even if they were looking to be the third team in a trade, they don't have that flexibility. The Bulls are the only team in the NBA with all 15 members of their main roster being fully guaranteed. The only team in the league to do so. Now, it is what it is. It's not like THT's contract is huge or hurting the team. THT's been playing solidly. Now, it more so at the beginning of the season, THT has been largely trash over the last 5 games in his minutes. But even with that said, it is what it is, right? Like, THT is not somebody whose contract is going to hurt the Chicago Bulls when it comes down to it. They just got to figure it out, right? So, it is what it is when it comes down to it like this. THT is amazing. Where has THT been amazing? I really feel like, and again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have guaranteed his contract, but I feel like what's happened here is similar to what happened with McKinney, I think was his name, where he had initial first 3 games where he played really great back in 2021-22, and then it was largely trash after that. THT has been bad for the Chicago Bulls on offense and defense for the last 15 games. But again, he's not hurting the team. His contract isn't huge like that. It's going to, it is what it is. He's going to have some good games. He's going to have some bad games. But to say that THT's been amazing, I just can't get with that. I can't get with that. You're talking about THT who shot 35% for the month of December at an average 5.3 points per game. It's just he's not been effective. Like, THT is one of those players where he has a effective game like 1 every 10 games. But again, as the back end of the roster, that's fine. It's fine, right? It's perfectly fine. Having THT on your roster and having a guy that you at least know is going to be able to understand your system, he's going to be active, he's going to give some energy, it's cool. But, it is what it is when it came down to it. That's just what I think about it. Russell said, good, he earned it in the minutes he's been getting. He's been trash, though. That's the thing. THT has been garbage for the last month. Like, he had an initial really good stretch for the Bulls over the first 10 games, and it's been largely bad since then. But it is what it is. Again, it is what it is. He's better than I trust him more than Javon Carter. He's better than spicy Denzel Valentine and Chris Duarte, right? So, it is what it is. He's going to have a spot for him, man. I know it's off topic, but please shut Io down. I've seen this with Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Durant. Calf muscle strains or Achilles tendon warning signs. Just sit them in until February. I don't think it's that severe. I think if it was anything that severe, they probably would have announced it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think McKinney is even playing ball in America. He's probably not. I just found the Bulls channel where I can watch them, so I'm kind of like, oh, you're fine, bro. You're fine, bro. Thank you for supporting us and joining us here, man. TC is very on and off. He either crushes it or slows everything down. Take the good with the bad, but I won't say man. Exactly. Like he's cool as a back end of the bench player. He's doing his job, and that's just what I think of it. He's doing his job as the back end of the bench player, and I'm not mad at that. Would you have chosen Stewart over THT? No, only in the sense that THT, at least you know what he can do at the NBA level. DJ Stewart's a G League player. He's on a two-way contract, very different deals, right? He's out of shape, and than he was in Utah and the Lakers. He needs to slim down. I will say that even if you look at the beginning of the season till now, THT is like put on a lot of weight. And I wonder what's going on with that, right? THT and Bradley Beal will lead us to the nearest trash can. How glorious. That is crazy. If I were 2/3 inches taller, I could be a millionaire and would have at least 8 to 10 points. A lot of people think that. Yeah, I feel like we should bench Williams and start Giddy's been starting, brother. Giddy started every game he's played for us, other than I think one game when he's coming back from injury. Haize GOAT status. Hey, listen, I'm just here. I'm here. Nah, appreciate that. THT needs to get less fat. That y'all killing THT. Y'all killing THT right now. How is the Windy City Bulls doing lately? Not great, I don't think. Honestly, I'm probably about 3 games behind on Windy City Bulls because I've just been my schedule has been hectic as hell here lately. What are they on the season right now? Let's take a look. I wish the G League's website was a lot better. I really wish the G League's website was better. They're 3-3 right now. They've won 2 in a row. I read that he's 234 pounds now. I looked at his 2020 picture, and I'm like, wow, what happened? What he's back in Chicago, that Portillo's, man. Portillo's will do it every time. Why are all these podcasters saying the Bulls are going to waive Lonzo after the deadline? Who's saying that? I've seen nobody say that. Who said that? I'm not doubting that it's been said, but I'm asking which podcast, so I can roast them. Which podcasters are saying that? I recently went to a Bulls game. Tatum dunked on Smith. I haven't seen him on other teams. I thought he was just built like that. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, that's why I say, even if you look at THT, like, hold on. You know me. I'm all for my visuals. Give me 1 second. I'm all for visuals. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's see. Let's just see if the assumptions are correct. So this is a picture of THT. I didn't share the screen. Hold on. So this is THT at the last game. If you see here, this is January 1st. This was 6 days ago. That's THT. Now we're gonna go to the beginning of the season. Let's just go to page 5. I'm sure that'll put us close to there. Sorry, I have a problem processing your request. What the hell is going on here? You really finna make me search it. This is exhilarating podcasting, by the way. I appreciate all you guys for sticking through. All right, we'll just manually go through it. So that was THT at just 6 days ago. This is THT at the beginning of the season. The beginning of the season, THT. And then let's go back to page 1, which is just this week. That's THT now. He's just oddly shaped, is what it really is. THT's just a portly fellow. He's just a portly fellow. That's all. That's all. You know what it is? You know what it is? I like THT may not be a guard, but he'd be a great stretch mark four. He'd be a great stretch mark four in the league. Great. Amazing at it. Lonzo's making too much money to be exactly like that's some guy with Basketball Bulletin are saying Zoe may get waived. Yeah, they don't listen. I'll tell you guys, and this isn't even just to be elitist as far as Chicago. If it's a content creator that doesn't follow the Chicago Bulls very closely and they talk about Bulls business, just shut them up. Shut them up. So it is what it is. Fun fact: Silver Haize was the original sativa. Okay. Would Taylor Hendricks be a good guy to get? No. I mean, no, not right now. THT, listen, we may need him as an offensive lineman. We definitely may need him as an offensive lineman for the Bears. So, but anyway, so what this implications that it could have on the Chicago Bulls really just comes down to flexibility on the trade market. Now, with that said, again, THT can be moved if they did need salary cap fillers, so maybe that's why they guaranteed him as well. Again, that's if the Bulls do anything, which I think that we're all coming to the realization that we're getting closer and closer to the fact that the Bulls are probably not going to do anything at this year's trade deadline. And if they do, it's probably going to be a more minor move. And that it is what it is at this point, right? But I think that's the realization that we're really coming to. So we'll see. Haize, I'm so much of a Bulls fan. I bet cats don't remember Khalid El-Amin. I don't. I'm not even gonna. Let's see. Who the hell is this cat? It looked like he ate THT. That's crazy. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But all right, y'all, gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. I just wanted to bring the news. Y'all know how it goes. News drops, we drop. It is what it is. What constitute a minor move? I mean, like moving like a Torrey Craig for a couple of second round picks, that type of thing. Yeah, I just don't think anything major happens for the Bulls. The more and more, the further we go along in this, the less and less I think that something major is probably going to happen for the Bulls. But again, I could very well be wrong on that. We can wake up. I got some insider information, but I'm terrified to go with it because so here's the thing, right? And this is the interesting place to be in as a YouTuber and podcaster. When you get information directly before like some of the news outlets get it and you report on it, people automatically doubt it. No matter the fact that I never go live with anything that has not been substantiated. But all I can say is this, and I will say this, right? And I'm not going to go in a video with this yet. I'm going to wait till at least one publication picks it up before I do it. But I have it on very good authority by somebody I really trust that there's an offer on the table, a 4-team trade offer that would send Zach LaVine to the Milwaukee Bucks, and that the Bulls would get Bradley Beal, 2 first-round picks, Jimmy Butler would go to the Suns, and Chris Middleton would go to the Heat. I have it on excellent authority, and I've heard this. Here's the thing. I trust that my source heard this. I don't necessarily know if the person that my source heard this from is somebody that I'm willing to go to bat for my credibility to report on that yet. But I have heard that that's something that's on the table. Not necessarily something that the Bulls are willing to take, but I have heard that that's something on the table. So the moment that a bigger publication picks that up, I'll go live on it and kind of go into more detail on it. But I have I like I said, heard from somebody that I trust that that's something that's on the table, that's been floated around. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I like the two first round picks aspect of it. You guys know I went off on the concept of Bradley Beal being here, but again, we'll wait to see what happens with that. I'll wait for at least one publication to pick it up. If it does, I'm gonna go all out with it because I got everything all stored and ready to go. It's in the tuck, so we'll see. But my credibility means more to me than being the first to break something, if that makes sense, right? I'm much more focused on the credibility of this channel than having to be the first one to break news. So I'll wait for somebody else to break it, and then I'll get into the nitty-gritty of it. But there you go. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.